Hi, this is Sachi from Sachi's Creative Mind. Today I'd like to show you how to create this layout. And this is part of the Creative Memories birthday week promo. And in the promo, you get this 52 scrapbook challenges cards. In this box, there's 52 cards in it. And one of the card, and this is card number 1, is my own design, and it shows what it's like. So cut one or multiple photos into unique pieces and reassemble them to create a mosaic effect. So as you can see, those white cardstock represent photos, and those looks like cutting into unique pieces and reassemble to show mosaic effect. And now, yeah, I know some of you are saying, oh, it's too complicated, it's too tedious, but it's not. So I can't wait to show you how to create this. Alrighty, let's get started. So for this demonstration, I'm going to use this year's Croptoberfest paper, as I run out of Copper Canyon 2 papers. So, alright. So you will need one full sheet. It goes as a background. I'm going to use this paper. And other pieces, you will not need a full 12 by 12 sheet. You will only need a scrap. And for here, I call it accent strip. I'm going to use this paper, and you would like to love both sides of the paper, as we see, both sides. And for this, I'm going to use this. Or maybe I might use this side. I will decide later. And then for the cardstock, you will need one full sheet of cardstock and a little scrap. You don't need 2 full sheets. You will only need 1 full sheet and a few scraps. That's all we need. Alright. And for the photos, you will need the photos to create this layout. But I'm not going to use my photo today. I'm going to use this paper. And you will need 6 4x6 photos and cut into 3.5 by 6. I already cut those papers to the size, so 3.5 by 6 inches. You will need 6 pictures, as you can see, 1, 2, 3. And I recommend using, those here, those 4 with picture, not people's face, because it will be covered. So I will use like ocean, mountains, flower, sky, those kind of, you can use as background, will go well. But you can use the picture with people in it. It's up to you. Alright, so we start from cutting the paper that goes here. So choose your paper. And we need 1/2 inch strip, and we need 2. So cut 1/2 inch strip. Then we are going to adhere to the base. So here we need photos as well. And repositionable tape. We will use repositionable tape now because we will want to remove some of the pieces later. So you don't want to use regular tape because it's gonna stick too good. So use repositionable tape and temporary adhere. We will adhere this later nicely. So just a tiny bit so that the pieces stay in place. So adhere your pictures along the edge of your base. So go like that. And also this side. Add to the corner like that. And like that. And if you see like those spaces in between, no worry, we will cut and cover in the end, so you should be alright. And those two strips, I'm deciding maybe green. I want like this side. So we like to have space in between those two. So let's put the pictures here so that we can see how far. So like that. We want to have about the same width between here, 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 here. So let me randomly add like that. And again, use ripple tape. About the same width. Here. We can move those pieces around. So it doesn't have to be perfect in the beginning. We'll see how it looks. Move here. So move your pieces to find the right placement. Like that. Oh. Let me move this a little bit here. Does it look good? So don't hesitate to remove and move your pieces around. I'll move this a little bit this side. Yeah. For this step, you want to take your time and place like that. For the next step, we are going to cut narrow strips. So we want 1/8. Let me move this piece. 1/8 is next to the cutting mat. When you see your cutting mat, this is where you cut, and the next dots line, it's 1/8 width. So we cut how many? 6 strips. And when you cut those narrow strip, oops, here's a little tip. So you can place your paper and cut like this. It works too, but sometimes your strip is not evenly cut. So what I like to do is place your piece like this, and about a half of here, you puncture and cut top first, and then come back and then hold your paper nicely and puncture and slide. That way I think you can cut nice same width strip like that. So here, cut only half and then move your hand to lower part and cut the lower part. Beautiful. So we need 6 strips like that. So 6 strips. You're good. Now we are going to adhere those strips on your photos. So place your base to the cutting mat. Try to center. And then use repositionable tape. And adhere. Add a generous amount of tape, and we start from the corner of your photo all the way to the corner of the photo, like here. Then cut the excess, and then next one from the same corner to two inches here, like that. The next one is from the same spot to 4 inches here. Looks like that. And cut the excess. Right? So we do the same with other 3. So from the corner of your photo to the corner, like that. And the next one is 2 inches from here. So on my cutting mat it says 8. So that's here. Goes like that. Then it's 8 and 10. So 2 inches apart. Cut like that. See? So we do the same, exactly the same, the other side. So let me add tape here. Add a generous amount of tape. Okay. Here. So from the corner of your photo to the other corner and cut. And then do this here. So 2 inches, 2 inches, like that. Oop. Goes here. So we are not gonna cut the photos, but add strip to make it look like those pictures are cut into small pieces. In here. Easy peasy. Okay, so this is what it looks like. For the next step, we will need a jumbo circle pattern and green and red blades. And we are going to flip this over and place it to the center of your cutting mat, like that. And we are going to cut a circle and a narrow ring. Okay. So place your pattern to the center as much as possible. It looks centered to me. And we are going to cut outside. So first with green blade. And once you cut with green blade, you don't want to move your pattern or paper and then cut outside with red blade. Okay, so take your time and cut outside with green blade. You may want to cut a few times because you have photos here, so it's not easy to cut at once, I think. And then once you cut with green blade, then we're gonna cut with red blade. Okay, sounds good. And then we are going to see. So, and of course I couldn't cut perfect. So if there's any connected part, then use your scissors and cut. Right? Okay. Right. So this is my circle piece, and set this aside, and from those pieces we will use it. So remove your photos from the ring and this piece. This is why we use ripple tape. Okay, and clean the tape remains and set this aside. We will use this, and we will use this as well. Okay, for the next step, we are going to cut the background paper. So I'm going to use this one. And we are going to cut this to measure 11 3/4 inches. So 11 3/4 inch. Just cut. And 11 3/4. then this cut out piece is going to be our base, and we like to adhere this background to the frame like this. So for here we use regular tape, so add generous amount of tape. Oops. Like that, a little bit here. Okay, and then add the background paper. Like that. Okay, and then we have those paper, well, the circle piece, and we only use the repositionable tape. So now we like to use regular tape to firmly adhere those pieces. So like that. Looks good. Looks good to me. Now we are going to adhere this circle to the center of your base and use regular tape and add to the base about the center like that. Then we are going to adhere this narrow strip. I will use repositionable tape. You can use regular tape if you'd like to, but it's too narrow. Okay. Then add this ring along this circle piece, so that it looks like, you know, outline frame. Along the circle should be like that. Good, and set this aside, and we are going to create the accent strip. Use this and a piece of black cardstock. So we first cut a piece of black cardstock to measure 1 inch. 1 inch. And this piece is going to be 3¼ inches. So 3¼ like that. Then we are going to cut this into two inches. So cut at 2 and cut one more. Then we are going to cut this to 7 3/4. So 7 3/4 of an inches. We don't need this tiny little one. Now we are going to adhere those to this black cardstock base. So you decide how you would like to see. You would like to see like this or the other way. I'd like to do like this. So you first adhere those 2 inches strip to the black cardstock strip. Oops. So the end meets each other. So you want to see this about the same width on top and bottom. And here as well. Like this. And then we are going to add this to the center. Like that. And then add this accent strip to the center of your layout. Like this. Hope you enjoyed creating this layout and can't wait to see your masterpieces. Bye for now.